Good evening and welcome to another edition of Jbthementor. And in this edition, we will focus on 5 ways that you can connect to your child and build or strengthen the parental bond that you have with your child. So let's start with number 5. Number 5 is co-parenting. And it's a difficult thing to do, but it can be done. When we talk about co-parenting, we're talking about both parents at the same time simultaneously coaching this child. Both individuals bringing a different skill set, but for one cause, to make sure that this child makes it across the finish line. It's probably the most unique position in the world to have because it's the only position where there aren't any assistant coach. You're both lead coaches. And with that position, you work from your area of strength and you impart that to the child. And if you're successful, that child walks away a complete individual. So that's the benefits of co-parenting, but it is necessary. And it's one of my 5 reasons that you should implement this in raising your child. Now, number 4 on the list is also very important, and that's what we call being present. Now, being present means being active, being engaged, being connected, being concerned, being curious. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you share the same space with your child, or if you're somewhere in the world, outside with your child, that you actually focus on that child, that child knows that you are interested in his or her every movement. You know what's going on in school. You know what's going on with the best friend. You know who the teachers that really connect well with your child, the classes that he or she may struggle with, the things in life that are connected to your child, and you are constantly looking for ways to be a part of this young person's life, be a part of their world. So being present is number 4. Number 3 is also a key component of the 5 components, which is being a role model. Now, when it comes to being a role model, that looks a little different for different people and for a number of reasons. People bring different things to the table or to the boardroom, so to speak. But when we're talking about your children, we're talking about instilling morals. We're talking about giving guidance. We're talking about this child emulating all your moves every day. Because basically that's what happens. When you spend time around a child, that child monitors your movements. Even if you don't see it, they're monitoring you. So if you want this child to regurgitate some of the positive things that you are imparting, then you have to be conscientious and reflective on the things that you do. Because this is the frame of reference that this child is going to use to engage the world. And it's going to be based on the skill set that you're presenting and that you're giving. So if you are an effective role model, this child will be an effective young person with the world, with his or her friends, with everyone that the child comes in contact with. And then that person will turn into somebody that has a little bit more confidence, because the skill set that they have now will be based on interactions that they've witnessed between you and the world, and they feel comfortable enough that they can take those same skills and have a relationship with the world for themselves. So that's what makes this key. Now, number 2 is also a key component. So if you did 5 through 3 correct, then the next order of business is number 2, and that's being a hero. So when you're effective role model, you ultimately transition into being a hero. Now, the most important thing to any child is having a hero. The person that you look up to, the person that gives you guidance, the person that provides leadership, the person that is there to figure out things on a day-to-day basis with you. That's your hero. What does a hero do? A hero saves the day, right? So when you're imparting important information, when you are helping dismantle difficulties in this young person's life, you become a hero. Because a hero comes in a time of need when you're struggling or when you're in need most. So that's a hero. So if you're fortunate enough to be present for the difficulties and the struggles that this child experiences on a day-to-day basis, those are the shoes and the cape ultimately that you will wear. Don't take that job lightly, because that hero could create a warrior. That hero could create a president. That hero could create an astronaut. That hero could create a world leader. But that hero could also create a person that's not accepted by society, because that hero didn't impart or give the necessary tools to be successful in life. So if you're going to become someone's hero, you need to give it 100%. Because in the times that we're living in right now, we don't do makeovers. This world is short on patience. So when you get in there and you execute the job of having someone look at you and monitor you and observe you and admire the behaviors and the interactions that you have on a day-to-day basis, make sure you come correct, because his or her success is based on your actions. So now I'm going to jump into number 1. And 5 through 2 is meaningless without number 1. The number 1 thing in this world for a parent or a guardian or a loved one to execute every day with a young person is simple. It's also very complex. One word, but it embodies a lot of energy. It's called consistency. When you're consistent, that means that you are available 24/7 for your little ones, your youths, and even when they become a little older. Consistency. And let me tell you how consistency works. Consistency works in this manner. You tell a child that you're going to be there to take him to the basketball game. You're going to be there to take her to ballet. You're going to be there to take his 2 brothers for piano lessons. And you show up, and you're there. You're there for parents' conference. You're there for everything. No matter how minute it is, you are there. Everything that happens in the universe of that young person, you are like a shining star. So no matter where they go within that universe, you're always there. Everything that you do has meaning. Everything that you say has meaning. That's consistency. If they turn around and look left, or they turn around and they look right, you are right there. That's consistency. Your word. Your badge of honor. The morals. All of these things play into consistency. Counting on you. Everybody wants somebody to count on. And consistency comes down to one thing. Comes down to when you are a parent spending quality time with your child. That's what makes a good dad, and that's what makes a good mother. I could say extraordinary dad and extraordinary mother, but I choose not to say it because at the end of the day, you just have to be conscientious and you have to be thoughtful all the time. You don't have to be great, but you have to be consistent. And there's a difference between great and consistent. We don't have to be great. Parents, you just have to be consistent. And if you are consistent, that is the most valuable tool that you can give your child. And is the most precious resource that any child could ever have. And that's all they want is your time. They want you to sit down, look in their eyes, and engage them and say, wow, right now, this is all your time. Tell me about your day. Tell me about your friends. Tell me about your dreams. Tell me about your hopes. What is it that I can do for you that will strengthen you, that will improve your life? That's what they want to hear. That's consistency. Consistency is caring. Consistency is curiosity. So if you are implementing those things, then you have consistency. And if you're doing 5 through 1 on a regular basis, which makes you consistent, that makes you a 5-star parent. And that's all you need to do is get 5 stars. Again, don't have to be extraordinary. You just have to be consistent. So I'm getting ready to sign out, and hopefully you saw something that have inspired you, encouraged you, and help you elevate your parental responsibilities to another level. If you like what you've seen and you heard, definitely give it a like. If you want to continue to follow Jbthementor, then you can hit the subscribe button and you can follow me and I will follow you. And I'll keep you in the world of Jbthementor. And the videos will continue to come on a weekly basis. And like I always say, important, love your community, love yourself, and be the change that you want to see. Take it easy.